workshop at X location, I would say, well, where are we going? Who's the person to contact? And then I would call her, and I would say, listen, I go on first. I am not going to follow Ambrose Brady. Never will, and he never understood why I always went first. Now I have to follow these guys, and that's a real tough job. I should have been first. But Jim, Rich, thank you for your service. I want everyone to do that before you leave. And I am understanding that Jim Rich also has 2 Purple Hearts. Is that correct, sir? 2 Purple Hearts. I just came back from Israel. You talk about our people. Every 18-year-old boy and girl has to join the army over there, or the Air Force, or whatever. I said, what happens if somebody in Israel says, mother says, no, my kid's not going? I said, it never happens. Never happens in Israel. They always go. Every place you go, you see 18-year-old kids carrying submachine guns. There were 8 of them there. They were fixing their hair. They were giggling. They were laughing. I said, they look just like our teenagers back home. He says, don't worry about that. If something happens, they know what to do. They know what to do. Then they serve till they're 21, and then the rest of their lives. So that was very interesting. But we also, for 15 days, followed Jesus' trail through Israel, which makes me want to say one thing to this group. I talk to some people and say, why are you here? Some people say to me, I'm here for college credit. You know, I'm here because my friend said I'm going to go with them, and that's the way it's going to be, or I wouldn't go. But the reason you're here, I believe, is God sent you here. He really did, or you wouldn't be here. And when I mentioned about Nancy to be success in this conference, you don't make her mad, and you do what she tells you to do, and you'll be fine. In life, if you go home, okay, don't make God mad, and do everything He tells you to do, and you'll be great with the children. There's no fear in my mind that you'll just be doing great. So I want to thank you for being here, because you make my life worthwhile. So thank you very much. Now I'm here to sum up a little bit, a couple of notes, because I know you're eager to get home. I was standing right here 50 years ago when the first teacher walked through that door. I remember him like yesterday. Anyone from Wood County here? Wood County, Parkersburg? Someone back there? Gentleman by the name of Bob Foster walked through that door and said, am I in the right place? He was the first teacher that entered the Camp Caesar Conference. He served for 6 years, didn't serve, but he was here for 6 straight years, and he even served as a consultant. One day his wife called me and said, Bob has cancer, he's in Cleveland Clinic, he's not doing well, and the next day he passed away. And I really felt bad, because I never said to him how much I appreciated him and how much I loved him. So I want to say to all you guys here, I appreciate you and I love every one of you before you get away, just in case. A second thing, I received a letter from a lady who said, you don't know me, but my husband, and mentioned his name, was going to die of cancer 15 years ago. And he says he was alive 15 years later, because he said he was going to go to Camp Caesar. Every year he wouldn't miss it. I didn't know his name. I couldn't recognize his name, because we used to get 500-600 teachers at a time in this conference. And he passed away 15 years later without me telling him how much I appreciated it and how much I loved him. So I want you to always tell people that, because you're never going to know when the last time you see them. Now, a couple of just quick things about Camp Caesar you may not know. A lot of things happen here that's so much fun and so memorable. I'm just going to mention one of them. We used to have the Air National Guard come. They used to teach team handball to the high school people, because the United States decided they were going to add that into the Olympics. They used to land with their helicopters. They used to come across the mountain, land on the field, unload, do the presentation, and take off. Well, Captain Smith said to me, would you like to have our Scottish Highlanders the group that does all the memorials for us to come to your conference and, you know, present to your people. And I said, sure, why not? I thought there would be 2 or 3 people. They would come in, they would talk about the memorial and how they do things they do, and our Scotch, Irish ancestry in West Virginia. Betsy, you're over there, right? Well, the trucks pulled up and 50 guys jumped out in their Scottish uniforms, their bagpipes at 3 in the morning. And all 50 of them with their bagpipes marched through the entire camp, Camp Caesar, correct?
Yes.
Something like this happens every year, and they march through. What's that?
I said most of us had just put our heads on.
Yeah, most of them just went to sleep, right? When they marched through, all 50 of them, then they did a presentation for us here. But those are the kind of things that have happened here at Camp Caesar. Also that same day, it was the year of the streakers. Well, we must have had 300 or 400 women. They took, you know. Well, these guys, they thought they were going to streak through there and everything else. These women didn't bat an eye. Didn't do anything as they went by and went out of sight. They just continue with their activities. So you remember that too, Betsy? The streakers. Betsy said.
I don't know if you know this, but Raz was holding their clothes. Raz was holding their clothes.
Oh, right. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Ambrose Brazelton, those guys said, we're going to run. He said, I will hold your clothes. That was exactly right. Now I remember. Well, those guys who left their clothes on it, all the impact they made, they didn't do anything. But, those are the kinds of things that happen here at Camp Caesar that those of us who have been here remember, and if we continue, you all would have fine memories of that as well. So when Bob entered that door, he was the first teacher, and I'm going to be standing here when everyone leaves because I want to see who the last teacher is that goes out this door, okay? So another thing, our closing. I understood when I saw the group here at the beginning. Oh, by the way, I just remembered, you 5 ladies from Virginia? I still hate you because I looked at the paper. You spelled my name wrong 7 times. I should give them the award. I just remember that. All those, you spelled my name wrong and it was on the page 6 times. And you still spelled it wrong. I'm glad they're not here. I would ask you never to ask Virginia people. Now, do you know that's probably the reason people like you, that West Virginians, cross the mountain and set up their own state? We came over here to get away from you guys. Part of them they're called Hokies. It's just big, fat, ugly turkeys. They're called Hokies. But anyhow, a lot of you are from out of state. So you may think the closing with Greg doesn't mean anything, but it does to you. Because I guarantee West Virginia will always call you back. You'll always come back. You'll remember West Virginia. And I guarantee you'll be back here someplace, somewhere. So it's important to everyone, the final closing that Greg will present to you. And I just want to say, all these years, when I was starting this conference, I was in the State Department. I had money. I had contacts. I could call anybody, superintendents, principals. My job was so easy. Their job was to run this entire conference. I just used my name and my contacts. After I left, they had no money. They had no way of contacting people. They had no influence. They had nothing. And look what they did. They made the conference twice as good as it was when I ran the conference. But look what they had to work with. So Nancy, that I appreciate. Thank you so very much. Okay. I know you're in a hurry to get home, so I think, is it my job to introduce Greg? Oh, also, respect. Let me say one thing about Greg. For every conference I went to, Greg was around. And before I started to speak, and I'm really disappointed because I didn't hear it, I thought I was going to get respect until I met those ladies. Greg would say, "Hey Al, stand up, we can't see you." Remember that, Greg? And if Greg didn't say it, some other deplorable from New Jersey would say it. Yeah, from Jersey, from Jersey, They would say it. All right. Yeah, from Jersey, I can say. Okay, so I am so happy now. I'm fully retired. And Artie?
Yes, sir.
You're old at 67? Thank you. I'm 80. What do I do?
You're older.
Oh, I'm older. Okay.
I'm in between.
Okay. I just got the word that you're no longer in charge. Give me the damn mic. Okay, listen to the words and the closing, because you'll all be back. Be kind. Tell people about the people of West Virginia, the conference. We in West Virginia love you, even though you're from Virginia. Okay? But I'm going to turn the mic over now before I get the hook. Let's give one final applause to the 6 legends that just presented to us tonight. Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
I was told earlier that some of you had asked about the camp seizure.